Okay.
Hallo, wir sind hier mit Jaskov, Autor von Fog of Love. Das wird ein englisches Interview werden. Ich werde die Fragen in Englisch stellen und dann kurz den Sinn übersetzen. Ich denke mal, viele werden auch verstehen, was dann da zwischen den Zeilen vielleicht noch fällt an Worten. Jacob, please tell me, what was the idea that brought you to this game?
So the idea, I didn't have an idea for a game, but I had a vision. I wanted to create a game I could play with my wife because I want to play more games with her. And I introduced a lot of games to her, but she was very tired of the games that are available because they didn't fit her needs and her taste. So I thought, okay, it could be interesting and fun to create a game just for her. My original profession is to do innovation and product development. So I'm a professional product developer. I have not developed out of board games, but I've done other things with games, and I have developed a lot of products. So I used my methodology for product development, and basically interviewed her, did a lot of tests with her, played a lot of games with her, but just to test and understand the experiences these games give, in order to understand what is interesting experience for her. Mm-hmm. And based out of all these tests, we found out that it could be interesting to do something with romantic comedy. But then there's no other game about romantic comedy out there, so I couldn't just learn from other games and see, okay, what mechanics can I use? Because if you look into romantic comedies and relationships, the structure of the story is not antagonistic. You're not fighting against each other. So you cannot do a conflict game. And you're not resource optimizing. So you cannot do a Euro game. Yeah. And it's not, of course there's some bluffing, but it's not a social deduction bluffing game. And it's not quiz. So you cannot use any of these traditional game formats that we already know and put them into this game about relationships. And I wanted to simulate a relationship. So basically, then again, using my professional skills, I did a lot of research on how to do, what is love about, and learn about love. So I read several thousand pages about love. And out of these, every time I found something that could somehow relate to a game mechanic, I wrote it down. I had a huge document of potential mechanisms and ideas and tested all of these. And out of this, slowly, this game grew. So I hadn't like one idea. I had a target group of my wife and also other people like her who didn't like these games and wanted something different. And then try to figure out how to create an experience that fits with love and relationships and romantic comedy.
Ich übersetze das mal sinngemäß. Als das Spiel begonnen hat, war eigentlich der Grundgedanke, dass Jacob gerne mit seiner Frau zusammen spielen möchte, ihr aber die ganzen Spiele, die er vorgestellt hat, ihr nicht gefallen haben. Also hat er sich überlegt, was gefällt ihr? Und er kam auf die Idee, dass romantische Komödien genau das sind, was ihren Geschmack treffen würde, nur gibt es dazu keine Spiele. Dann ging es daran, zu überlegen, welche Mechanik nehme ich dafür. Es passte natürlich kein Worker Placement, es passte die ganzen traditionellen Mechanismen, die passten damit nicht. Also hat er sich überlegt, was ist Liebe? Bücher gelesen, Ideen gesammelt und daraus entstand dann irgendwann die Idee, wie das Spiel aufbaut, welche Zielgruppe es genau bedienen soll und was wir jetzt auf dem Tisch haben.
Yeah.
So, when I see all this, I don't know if you know it, there was a little computer game called Alter Ego.
Yes, I know that.
Is there an influence?
No, so people told me about this afterwards, that there's this game called Alter Ego that has some of the same similarities where you also have a story and you have a personality and stuff like that. But I didn't know about that game before, so no.
Ich habe Jakob gefragt, ob er das Spiel Alter Ego kennt, das alte C64-Spiel, weil das auch ähnlich ist. Man lebt ein Leben einfach, ohne jetzt wirklich Punkte zu sammeln, einfach nur, um es zu leben. Ob das da Einfluss hat, dabei sagte dann, dass es keinen Einfluss hatte und er es auch vorher nicht kannte. Es wurde aber im Nachhinein immer wieder gefragt, gibt es dieses Spiel oder dass es einen Einfluss gab. So tell me, how does it work? How do you live this life?
Yes, so the first thing, as in all stories, we have characters. So it's driven by characters. You're not playing yourself. That's important.
Okay. Yeah. It's always good in love.
Yeah. So you have characters, and you create characters using your personality traits, your Wesenszüge, and these form your personality. These relate to your personality. These personality traits. When you fulfill your personality traits, you get more happiness. But you can also get happy by other things. So if you only go for your personality, you will probably fail because then you're only focused on yourself. So, but it is important to focus on your personality, but not only. So there's a balance here about your own personality, also trying to figure out your partner's personality and balancing it out. You play scenes from your hand. So for example, like this one. So ganz ehrlich steht mir die. So about do these trousers fit me? And then you can choose A, B, or C. And all of these choices give you some personality tokens that fit with your traits. So we have here up and down arrows. So if I choose this one, perfect, these are really perfect. That's actually a lie. So you have less sincerity or Redlichkeit. And then, but they're also very kind. So you're lying, but you're trying to be kind or empathic. So now you have accumulated this. And of course, you can try to accumulate stuff that fits directly only with what you want. So here you are manipulative, so that actually fits with your personality. But if you're only doing that and not caring for your partner, then you will probably lose out because you also get bonus points for choosing similarly and for coordinating. So there's always like this balance between going for something that fits with your needs, but also going something that fits with your partner's needs and going something that fits with us.
Es geht auf jeden Fall schon einmal darum, dass das charakterliche Wesen von jedem Charakter, den man spielt, der auf jeden Fall nicht man selbst ist. Es ist immer nur eine Charakter, eine Figur in dem Spiel. Dass man 3 Wesenszüge hat, die einen darstellen. In dem Fall wäre es jetzt zum Beispiel, man wäre intensiv, man wäre freundlich, man wäre unschuldig. Das Ganze spielt dann hier auf der Charaktertafel auch wieder, was dann wohin gehört. Hier haben wir dann die Gewissenhaftigkeit, wir haben die Offenheit, die Extrovertiertheit, Empfindsamkeit, Empathie und Redlichkeit. Und dann gibt es Szenen, die gespielt werden. Hier zum Beispiel, ganz ehrlich, steht mir die? Findest du, die Hose steht mir? Und dann gibt es 3 mögliche Antworten. Man sagt entweder A, perfekt, einfach perfekt, was dann eine Redlichkeit hat, aber auch gleichzeitig die Empathie bedient. Das heißt, es stimmt vielleicht nicht ganz, aber es ist sehr empathisch. Und dann gibt es hier wieder die Sachen, man muss immer darauf schauen, dass es die eigenen Wesenszüge bedient, aber gleichzeitig auch den Partner, das Partnerschaft nicht vergisst dabei. Und dementsprechend wird das Ganze immer hin und her gestellt.
And when you play, you play these scenes from your hand, and then you both players make a choice. So I would make and that's simultaneous. So I would make the A. And you would make something else. Then we reveal simultaneously. Also not D because that's not D, but example C. So that's revealed, and then we resolve the card, and then put the points out there, and then we play the next card. The game is played in chapters. So we have this is actually we always start with the first chapter that sets the scene, and then the chapter has a length of a certain amount of cards. So this is 6 cards long. Then we go to the next chapter and then the next chapter. And then the end of the game, we decide how it all ends. And that's also the special thing about the game. Because we play scenes, we build up happiness, we build up how it fits with our personality. But in the end of the game, we decide and use our destinies. And we haven't actually put one more. If you hold this?
Yeah.
I think the destinies are in this one. The destinies are here. We haven't taken them out. Wait a minute. No. No, sorry. We should have prepared this. Here we have. So. Thank you. So we have destinies, and the destinies tell you how do you believe in love, and what do you think about what is love for you, and that's the ultimate winning condition. The reason for doing that, and that's important for us, we wanted to show how love is and relationships are. And love is not just one thing. So you couldn't just create a game where you just accumulate like victory points towards love, because love is many different things. So for some, love is about being very happy together. So that's the Traumpaar. We are just very happy. Both of us have a lot of happiness, and that's okay. but you could also be the dominant one. So for me, love is about being the dominant partner in a relationship. Some people are like that, so that would be a different way of having love. Or for me, love is about just that you are happy. I don't need to be happy. It's just you. The dominant one seems antagonistic, but the dominant together with the unconditional love, the bedingungslose Liebe, these two together actually fit because both the dominant wants to be happy, and they have a relationship that fits. So this is also a way to structure your story. And initially you have all of these destinies or Bestimmungen on your hand, and as you play through the chapters, you discard more and more, and at the end you choose your destiny. So initially everything is open in the relationship. So the game feels like a real relationship. Everything is possible. And then as you play, you narrow your options down and focus more and more where to go. And then commit to a direction. So it feels like a relationship is then getting more and more serious and more in one direction or the other. And as you play, you're getting to know each other. And as you focus more and more in one direction, these dynamics take over more and more. So you choose which relationship dynamics do we actually focus on. So the game is very dynamic and very open.
Just like in a relationship where two people come together, they don't know much about each other, but then they see if it fits, if they go in the right direction.
And
in the same direction, but the same can be different, but it needs to fit their needs.
Yes, and as you go, you then try to figure out where is my partner going in this relationship? What does my partner want? And how can I signal what I want? And can we actually align together? And so this is very much about signaling and reading each other and trying to align your choices.
So these are secret.
And these are secret? Yes, very much. And initially, for the first game you play, you only have 4. And these are all cooperative. In later stories, we begin to have destinies that are also about being heartbreaker, about breaking up. So taking the full spectrum of relationships in. And in some of the expansions that we have in English, not in German yet, we have other types of destinies that even create even different relationship dynamics. So we are simulating different relationship dynamics here.
So, es war jetzt ein bisschen viel Text, aber ich versuche es einfach mal. Das Ganze wird gespielt über 6 Szenen. Dadurch entwickelt sich so langsam immer mehr ein Charakterbild. Und es läuft am Ende darauf hinaus, dass jeder seinen eigenen Charakter überprüft, wie er aussieht. Ist die Beziehung eine Traumbeziehung, wo es halt sehr viel auf die Harmonie ankommt? Geht es darum, dass einer ein dominanter Part ist und der andere der passende, bedingungslose Liebe-Part dagegen? Und es ist wie in einer Beziehung, wo man zusammenkommt und am Ende dann merkt, es klappt oder es klappt nicht. Und das wird hier über das Spiel dann einmal bestimmt. You've been talking about the scenarios. What are different scenarios?
So the first story is very simple. We call it a Sunday morning date. And it's just about, first to learn the game. We also have a built-in tutorial, so learn the game as you just open it and play it, so don't read the rules. So the first one is just the simple one. Then we begin to introduce the high school sweetheart, where we also begin to have a new destiny that is focused on self-realization, so self-focused. And then the third one is about we give it a year. We give it as ein Jahr, where you agree that you meet and then give it this relationship a year, and then you can begin to break up or not break up. So there you have the full game. So the third scenario is the full game as I envisioned it is. And then the fourth story is about we call it I Know What I Want. There we have some randomness, so we only have very few destinies, and then some of the scenes begin to change what destinies you have available, because you can also change your destinies through the choices you make on scenes. So you focus more on then being very constrained and then trying to open it up and playing in a different way with the stories, but with the destinies. Yeah.
So these staples here are not always the same. It depends on different availability of cards.
Yes. Okay. So we have the 3 different types of cards as well. We have sweet, serious and dramatic.
Yeah.
And these have different tone. And initially in the easy stories you have more of the sweet and not so much dramatic. Later on it's more drama.
Well, it's a really complex game, and it's not. I think you really need to play it.
Yes, you need to play it.
And as you said, it's easy to learn it because you take it step by step, just like with a relationship. You start with it, you have the meeting, then you have the first year, then you decide, do you break up or do you go on? Yeah. Then you decide how far are you going with the relationship, will it be a marriage?
And so this game also, it uses different ways of thinking about games. So it's the rhythm of the game is very different from other games. So when I play something, I don't do something negative to you. I give you a choice, and then you make often a choice. So whenever I play, I give you a choice, and you give me a choice, or we make choices together. So there's a different rhythm to the game and different flow, but it's not very difficult to play. So when you have learned this is very easy because you just play a scene from your hand, resolve this, and then a new scene. And even to learn it, we have created this tutorial, so you can just play it right out of the box. And the reason why we did this is because the first customer we got was Walmart.
Yeah.
So it went into Walmart as the first thing, and Walmart is very much mass market. Yeah. So we had this, in some ways, complex game, but it had to work in mass market. So we introduced the tutorial, and by this people can just learn the game, and it works. So now the game is sold in bookstores everywhere, like also regular stores, and regular people play this and have fun with this, even though it's a bit more complex than most regular games.
Ich habe eben angemerkt, dass das Spiel eine gewisse Komplexität hat, die gar nicht zu greifen ist, wenn man jetzt allein nur die Regeln erfährt. Dass es aber dadurch leichter wird, dass man die erste Runde spielt, wo es dann darum geht, sich kennenzulernen. Die nächste Runde ist dann weiter mit dem ersten Jahr, dass man zusammen ist. Dann geht es weiter. Macht man von hier aus weiter, macht man nicht weiter, beendet man das Ganze und bis hin zur Heirat. Und da sagte Jakob jetzt, dass es am Anfang ein Spiel war, das für Walmart, über Walmart vertrieben wurde, also den Massenmarkt bedient hat und der komplett überfordert war damit. Dadurch hat man halt diese ganzen leichten Einstiegspunkte gemacht, damit auch wirklich jeder damit klarkommt und jeder es auch versteht. What's also interesting is it seems to be a very psychological game to sein. Yes. There's a lot of this okay, if you go up with the empathy, then you might not be the honest one and so on. So everything, if you go this two down, then the other one go two up maybe. So how did you work out this part?
Yeah, so this is a game that simulates relationships. And of course, relationships are about psychology and psychological interactions. And if you want to create, for example, if you want to create a good war game, you want to simulate how tanks work, how soldiers are, how movement is. So you want to understand the mechanics and interactions in a war field. But when you have this, then of course you need to understand what are the psychological interactions. So I studied a lot about how psychology works for love. Yeah. So there's a very strong personality model behind this. So it's actually based on the best personality science there is today on how people act, and it explains around 96% of our regular behavior. So that's very, very much.
So how much was he involved in this game?
I read the book. So I read many thousand pages about psychology, and I've studied a lot of psychology before, so I know a lot of this before. Yeah. But I tried to find the best personality model, also a personality model that fits with the interactions that are relevant for relationships, because there are personality models that you use for testing for company, how you behave on your workplace. But this is not the relevant thing here. So I wanted to look at personality models that model interactions in a relationship better. So this is behind these 6 personality dimensions. They are based on that personality model. The destinies of Entstehung, they are based on another model of how love works, because people have different conceptions of love. And there's a very important book about that I read, about these schemas or conceptions of love, and I translated this to this game mechanic. So all these are based on important categories from psychology, important structures about understandings of how we work as people in relationships.
Ich hatte gefragt, wie das aussieht mit der psychologischen Seite des Spiels, weil es sehr viel Psychologie ist, weil ein Bereich des ganzen Verhaltens hier gleich wieder 2 andere mitbewertet, wo, wenn es einer raufgeht, muss das andere automatisch runtergehen, und wie das Ganze dann vorher ausgearbeitet wurde mit diesem ganzen Hintergrund. Jakob sagte, dass sich auf einen der größten Wissenschaftler für Beziehung und für Liebe bezogen hat, da sehr viele Bücher gelesen hat und sehr viel sich da eingearbeitet in die Thematik, und das ist wirklich also für mich klang es jetzt so, dass es die Mechanik der Liebe jetzt im Endeffekt auf dem Brettspiel ist. Das heißt, da wo der Panzer die Kampfstrategie macht, wird hier jetzt die Liebestrategie als Brettspiel dargelegt.
Yeah.
Did you get any responses from psychologists?
Yes, I did. So we are being invited to the world's largest psychology conference to do presentations because they think this is amazing. I know several relationship counselors who use this now for counseling. We also have 2 priests now who use this when they do relationship counseling for people who get married through the church, because then they can talk about what love is through this game. We also, so I have people who are counseling, who are researchers. We have several researchers who want to use this for research. We have also, I have met people, for example, just a few months ago, there was a woman who came to me and gave me a big hug when I was at a conference in Gen Con in the US. She came to me and said, thank you, because I played your game with my boyfriend, and I learned that I'm a lesbian. So we broke up. But now I'm happy because now I understand what love is for me because I played your game. So now, and it was good for our relationship because we shouldn't have been together. And
At least for one side.
Yeah, so that's one side. And then
no, it was good for one side.
Yeah, one side.
But the other part.
Yeah, but he was also, but he would also be sad after some time, right? And then I also met another couple who had who came to me at a conference, and they had a baby stroller. Said, "This kid is because of you." Because we were actually splitting apart as a couple, but we played this game and understood ourselves better and chose to be together because of this. And now we have this kid and we are happy. So yes, it shows something about love. You're not playing yourself, but you learn about love through this.
Die Frage war jetzt bezogen auf die Psychologien, wie das Feedback war von den Seiten der Psychologen. Das Feedback war, dass Jaskov auf einmal eingeladen wurde zu großen Kongressen, dass er Feedback bekommen hatte, dass es sehr wissenschaftlich ist, dass die Kirche das Ganze einsetzt, dass in allen Bereichen von Wissenschaften auf einmal angekommen ist, das Spiel, und alle unglaublich begeistert davon waren. Es kamen Menschen auf ihn zu, die gesagt haben, durch dein Spiel habe ich gemerkt, dass ich lesbisch bin, ich habe meinen Freund verlassen, jetzt bin wir beide glücklich, aber ich bin vor allem jetzt glücklich. Eine Frau kam mit einem Kind an und sagte, das ist nur wegen dem Spiel. Und das sind Momente, die natürlich einen Autor dann richtig stolz machen, weil das ist dann sein Kind, wo er merkt, er hat da viel mehr geschaffen als ein Spiel, er hat da irgendwo eine Therapie als Brettspiel geschaffen.
Yeah, so I'm so happy because it's not just I want to create fun, but I also want to create something that helps people and creates truth. And this is the biggest dream as a designer, and I have to achieve this, and I'm very proud.
When I first heard of this game, it was that I thought, oh, that's very romantic. But when I see all these cards here, I think, no, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
It's all kind of love. It's not that you need to be the romantic part. You can be the dominant part and even have fun with this game because you can see what it means to be the dominant part. Yeah. How do you react? You find out how you work, how people work. Why am I behaving like this when I do? Oh, okay, because I'm the empathy guy, and that's why I lie to people.
Yes, that's true. And when I've tested it with a lot of like classical, grognards, war gamers. Yeah. These some people who are really like some of the big guys who play big war games, and they play this and they have so much fun and laugh about the characters they make. Yeah. And of course, I also have couples who play this, so I have everybody who plays this. Yeah.
Ich hatte angemerkt, dass ich das sehr interessant finde, wie das Ganze spielt und dass es sehr romantisch klang am Anfang, als ich das erste Mal davon gehört habe. Am Ende habe ich aber gemerkt, diese Karten, dass auch diese dominanten Parts dabei zum Tragen kommen, dass es für alle Menschen eigentlich gedacht ist. Und Jaskov bestätigt das auch, indem er sagte, dass er da wirklich dann die ganz harten Hardcore-Rollenspieler dann genommen hat oder Wargame-Spieler genommen hatte und die auch einen Riesenspaß, aber wir hatten einfach jetzt das Ganze so zu spielen und das auch zu leben. It's fantastic. It's awesome. I'm really looking forward to play this with my wife.
Yes,
but not as myself, but as
a character. Yeah, and that's important.
To try to be. How would it be if I would be another person?
So and it's this is the fun to play these other characters. Of course, when people are comfortable about this, and also they're comfortable in life, it's okay. It's also fun to play with yourself. I've never done that, but I know some people who think it's fun. But for me, this is a game where you play as a role-playing game and fun characters and evolve this story.
Ja. Wir haben mal darüber gesprochen, was für ein Spiel das jetzt ist und dass es einfach ein fantastisches Spiel ist, was wirklich eine Mechanik hat oder ein Spielgefühl, das ich, glaube ich, nirgendwo gesehen habe bei einem anderen Spiel bis jetzt. Dass es mit Sicherheit riesen Spaß macht, einfach zu versuchen, wie würde ich sein, wenn ich mich anders verhalten würde, wenn ich jetzt von meinem Charakter her ganz anders wäre. Und Jakob sagt dann auch, das ist ein fantastisches Rollenspiel, wo man einfach testen kann, versuchen kann und spielen kann. Eine Sache möchte ich noch zeigen, das ist diese tolle Box. Und zwar ist das jetzt nicht dieser Standard, wie man ihn kennt, sondern hier wird zur Seite aufgeklappt. Oh, das ist falsch, wenn man es eben aufgepackt hat. Und dann ist dann hier alles drin und ist ein richtig schönes Insert auch mit bei. Es sind Plastikdosen mit bei. Also wirklich alles vom Material her toll. Ja. Also jeder, der auch wirklich irgendwie nur da denkt, ich habe mit Liebe zu tun, ich möchte irgendwie Liebe haben, in welcher Form auch immer, der einfach mal rumexperimentieren möchte, ohne Gefahr, was das zu bedeutet zu lieben. Ich glaube, das könnte das Spiel sein. Ich bedanke mich nochmal bei Jakob ganz herzlich, dass er hier war, dass er mir dieses tolle Interview gegeben hat. Und dann muss ich jetzt, glaube ich, nach Hause, um zu spielen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.